So this video introduces the concept of slope. And slope, we use the letter m because it's actually another word for constant of variation. And you can calculate slope using something called rise over run, where rise refers to moving up and down. And this makes sense because you don't rise to the right or left, you rise up. And then run refers to either right or left. And this also makes sense because you can run to the right or the left, but you can't really run up and down because of gravity. And we use this letter m to represent slope. So let's take a look. Let me explain what I mean here. Let's take a look at this line segment AB just here. So if we were to find the slope, in other words, how slanted this line is, we're going to use the letter m for slope. So the slope of the line segment AB is rise over run. And you start at A, and we do rise first because that's on the top. So rise always has to be up or down. To get from A to B, you have to go up. So we're going to start at A. You'll count that as 0 and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until we're in line with B. So our rise is going to be 5. And then our run, to get the last little bit to B, we're going to go to the right. So that's the positive direction. If it was the left, it would be negative. And we're going to go 2 units to the right. So 0, 1, 2. And you can just follow that along from here. So our run will be 2. So that means the slope of this line segment is 5/2. If it was a word problem, we would use decimals, but otherwise we use fractions. So let's look, that was AB, let's look at CD down here. So the slope of CD is rise over run. And let's take a look. If we start here and we need to go to D, from C to D, rise is either up or down. Here it's going to be down to get to D. And you see how there's 1, 2, 3 units here? We're going to go down 3 units like this. And because we're going down, our rise is going to be -3. And then to get to D, the last bit, we go to the right 5 units. And because we're going to the right, it's going to be +5, not -5. So the slope of this line is -3/5. And the negative could go on the top or the bottom. It would mean the same thing. Okay, let's look at E and F. So the slope here of E and F, as usual, is rise over run. So let's look at the rise first. If you start at E and you want to get to F, rise is either up or down. We have to go up because F is higher. And we're going to go up 5 units. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in line over here. So our rise will be 5. And our run will be 8 because there's 8 units between here and here, and you could count down here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the slope of this line is 5/8. Lastly, let's look at the line segment GH. So the slope of GH, as usual, is rise over run. So let's start here, and we're going to go down to get to H. We're going to go down 1, 2 units. So -2 is our rise, and then from here to here is 2 units. So we'll do +2 as our run. And you'll notice that this actually reduces. -2 over 2 is just -1. So the slope of the line segment GH is -1. Okay, let's look at an example now. Let me zoom out ever so slightly. So suppose you have a point 1, 4, And you want to find a possible point B so that these 2 points lie on the same line with slope negative 2/3. So I want you to note something first. Negative 2/3 could be either, you could either put the negative in the top and have a rise of negative 2 and a run of positive 3, or you could put the negative in the bottom and have a rise of positive 2 and a run of negative 3. You'll get the same thing. So let's take a look at point A. Point A is 1, 4. And 1 is your x value, and 4 is your y value. Now, this is important because negative 2, let's use this one. We could use this one, it will be fine, but let's use this one. Negative 2 is rise, which refers to a y value. And 3 is run, which is horizontal, so that refers to an x value. So to find point B, we can take our x value 1 and we can add 3 to it because run is x, it's horizontal, and it's positive 3, like this. And then for our y value 4, we are going to subtract 2 because we're using rise, which is up and down, which is vertical, and therefore a y value. So B equals 4 or 2. 4 and 2. So these 2 points would lie on a line with a slope of negative 2/3.